Hey guys, Justice Egan here. Super excited to cut this video for you. This is going to be some powerful stuff here today. If you have ever struggled with procrastination, with motivation, right, with staying on track, maybe self-sabotage, maybe you knock yourself down every time you've got a little momentum going in your business, I want you to stick around through the end of this video because I'm going to share with you something that has created an incredible aha moment for me. Already helped some of the people that I work with, students, coaching clients, etc. And I just really feel, based on all the conversations I've had, based on the experiences I've had, that this is something that is going to help you, okay, that you want to understand. And, it really, this light bulb went off for me, when it comes to motivation, when it comes to getting through procrastination, when it comes to really connecting to your why, right? Really having a vision for what life looks like, for what's going to drive you to the promised land, right? Because I talk to people all the time. I ask them, what is it that you want to achieve through home business, through network marketing, through affiliate marketing, through entrepreneurship, whatever it is they're going after, right? And the answers are always pretty much the same across the board. Time freedom, financial freedom, okay? And I've gotten very used to this, and I say, okay, so if time and money were no issue, what would you be doing? And a couple of things happen here. A person doesn't know, right? They don't really know the answer. They don't really know what success would look like, feel like, etc. Right? They go right back to the bills. Well, I wouldn't have to worry about the bills anymore. Well, I wouldn't have to go to that job anymore. Right? And they just go backwards into the life they have, the things they don't like about the life they have, not the things they want, right? Another thing is that people, if time and money were no issue, the things that they want, are everything is for other people, right? Which is A-okay. It's freaking awesome, right? Well, I'm not really concerned about money. If I had lots of money, I'd give it, I'd do this, I'd give back. Fantastic, right? Good stuff. I mean, I'm not knocking that in any way, shape, or form. But what I want you to understand, and this is an aha moment I had because I watched a video of a guy by the name of Tai Lopez speaking at Nick Unsworth's event, and he was talking about motivation and what motivates people. And, I've just come to the realization that I don't believe a lot of people are honest with themselves. Either they haven't looked in the mirror and figured it out, they're not telling themselves the entire truth, right? Because of a way they've been conditioned to feel guilt about wanting things. Okay, there is a way to have too much money or too much time or too much freedom, or that there's something bad about that, right? That there's something bad about your desire to go and want these things. And what I want you to understand as we go through some of this stuff is that if you don't have your finger on the pulse of what you really desire, not what you say necessarily that you desire, not the cookie cutter version or the consumable version of what everybody would think is really great, right? Oh, I want to give back to this charity, and I want to be able to do this for my children. I want this, and it's all great stuff. Okay, but sometimes we let what we hear from others over time create what is supposed to motivate us. I love Tim Ferriss says in the 4-Hour Workweek, when he's talking about dreamscaping and he's talking about figuring out what it is you want, he says, listen, don't say you want to solve world hunger, okay, if what you really want is to drive a Maserati. It's okay. Okay, so if there's anything that I can get through to you as we go through this stuff, is that it's okay. It's okay to have desires for things, for different experiences, for certain things in your life, regardless of what other people have told you over the years. Okay? That desire is what motivates people. That desire is what creates success. That desire is what creates innovation. That desire is what has people change the world. Okay? So, what do we got to do today if you want to overcome procrastination, if you want to stay on track more, if you want to self-sabotage less? We have to get down to what motivates you. Now, what Tai said in this video, which I thought was really cool, and we did this exercise on a webinar the other night with a group of students, and I'm going to tell you something, what you think motivates you. A bunch of you are going to be surprised at the end as to what really motivates you. I know at least 50% of the people on that training changed their tune completely. So there are 4 things, right? That motivate all people. And you know, these all start with M's just to make them memorable, okay? So that you can remember what they are, but you'll understand what they are, you know, what based on what I put here. So one is money. Okay. Oh, I left out a letter there. One is money or material things. Now, there's a few of you right now going, oh man, yeah, I want to make more money. I'm material motivated. I love nice stuff, right? And there's some of you going, oh no, not me. Okay, I'm not materialistic, right? Because all of a sudden, you recognize, even if that's the case, you got to recognize that there's a lot of people that have told you this is bad in your lifetime. Okay, that wanting and desiring for material things is really bad. And what I loved about what was said in this kind of in this speech up there when he was giving this this talk, what I loved what was said is that we have to understand, and I guess this is where I go back to saying it's okay. We have to understand that we are all, in some way, shape, or form, as human beings, selfishly motivated. Okay, that's how we're built. It's how we're wired, so to speak. So, you know, even when we do nice things, even when we go out there and we give back, even when we sacrifice, even when we go out there and do something that on the surface, by definition, by like it's, you know, the core definition, isn't a selfish thing, even an unselfish thing, we have to understand that there's a payoff. There's something that comes back to us. There's a feeling we get. There's a reward we get. You know, I love helping people break through in their business. I absolutely love it. I love having a coaching call with someone where they have a light bulb go off and they have an aha moment and they move forward. I love it. But I love it. It feeds me too. Okay? It gives me energy too. It charges me. And when people come back to me and they give testimonials and they say, "Oh, Justice, you helped me so much," right? There's a payoff there. And a lot of us will reject that kind of energy, right? Because, you know, we're not good enough, we're not worthy, or we think that it's selfish to want to experience, you know, something for us from giving. That doesn't make sense to me. And I hope that you kind of realize that you don't have to think that way. So money, material, okay? That's one. Another one, mating. Okay, now, whether you call mating, whether you call it getting out there and you know, sexuality, or going out there and you know, spreading, you know, like old school, like alpha stuff, right? Like spreading your seed out there in the world, or you talk about, even family comes into this, right? You know, having a family, right? Building a family, having that kind of that being front and center in your life, right? That's a human desire, right? Sex is a human desire. That's the bottom line. Having a family is a human desire for a lot of people, okay? For most people in some capacity, it might not be number one for them, all right? Number three is mastery or status. All right, now at the end here, I'm gonna share with you what Ty shared in this speech that will help you understand. I'm gonna ask you one simple question that's gonna help you understand where you fall in all this, and then I'm gonna help you understand how to use that to turn around and start conquering procrastination, to turn around, start being more motivated, to turn around and start doing the things you need to do to get the things that you want. Once you understand what you want, if you're okay with it, why wouldn't you get up and go after it? Right? Why wouldn't you get up and go after it? So the last one, okay, is movement. Okay, or you can call it, you know, freedom. Right? So, you know, we all know people out there that are definitely money or material motivated. Those things drive them. For some people, you know, it's mating or you know, just being successful and being viewed by the opposite sex. Or the same sex, you know, these days, right? Which is cool with me. You know, if you guys, basically you want to have the person that you're attracted to, you know, attracted to you, right? You want to have them, you want to be attractive out there. Master your status. You want to be the best, right? You're always, you know, trying to become great at something. When you walk in a room, you want people looking at you. You want to have status. You want people looking up to you. Okay, you want people seeing you as accomplished, as, you know, having a certain rank, etc. movement or freedom. You want, what's important to you is the ability to do what you want, when you want, to have mobility, to have freedom, to not be tied down, to not live by maybe other people's rules. Now, I'd encourage you to try and figure out where you stand on this scale. And you know, I've thought I stood in different places here. You know, I recognized, you know, I've even with a coach. You know, even one time with a coach asking what motivated me, I told them, you know, money and material things motivated me. That's what I told them. Okay, that's what I believed at the time, right? There's been times when I thought that mating motivated me. There's been times when I thought that freedom and movement motivated me. But what I realized is that mastery and status, for me, okay, for me, that's what motivates me. And I'll give you some examples in a second, but I want to help you figure out what motivates you. And the big question that was asked, and I really, really love this, is when you see people that have these different things, which group of people do you find yourself most envious of? Okay, now, envy isn't a positive thing all the time, right? I mean, most of the time I would say, you know, but sometimes, you know, we just look up to someone. It's like, I wish I had what they had. You know, I wish I had their life. I wish I had this. I wish I had that. There's other times, and we see this a lot, you know, I've done it, you've done it, we've all done it, right? Where we get this little thought in our head and we almost speak negatively about that person, right? We might be envious of someone, you know, who has a great relationship or is with someone that you know, that you think is like a, you know, a prize mate, right? And you might think to yourself, yeah, well, that life, you know, I don't know how he got her or she got him, or they can't be, you know, that can't really be what their life is like behind closed doors. It can't be all sunshine and rainbows, right? Well, maybe, just maybe, you're a little envious of them, right? Maybe when someone's better at you than, you know, better than you at something, or they have more status than you, or more freedom than you, or more money and material things, maybe you're a bit envious of them. So I want you to give that some serious thought. And here's where it gets so interesting. You know, one of my coaches, you know, the guy I coached with for over a year and I've worked with in a lot of capacities, Ray Higdon, you know, he says something all the time that I love. And he says, you cannot become that which you despise. You can't become that which you despise. So, you know, if you do have that little negative conversation going, if you're, even when you're, you know, when you're envious of somebody that has one of these things, what if that's really what you want, right? And here you are going, well, it can't really be like that. It can't be great. Their relationship can't be great. Or that person must have done something bad to get that money. Or, you know, why do they always feel like they have to be better? That person feels like they're better than everybody, right? Because they're so consumed with their status. And now you've created a situation in which maybe the very thing that motivates you at your core, you're not okay with. Maybe it's jealousy, maybe it's envy, maybe you really want what they have. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, that just because, I'm not saying necessarily that there is that kind of relationship with what you want, okay? But I am saying you've got to take a look around, you've got to figure out, you know, who you're most envious of in this group. And I bet you for many of you, it's different than where you started and where you said, you know, what you chose initially that you believed motivated you. Now, let me give you a quick example of, you know, mastery status and an example in my life of why I know, just proof that this is where I land. I love the game of pool, okay? And, you know, I played competitively at the amateur level for a pretty long time. It was something I was super into, you know, in my 20s. I used to play and practice all the time, and I would love going in and competing. And if I was in a small place, you know, a place where there weren't a lot of players, I was always the best player in the room. You know, if I got into a setting where there were top amateurs and pros, I was not the best player in the room, okay? But the bottom line is this, it was something that I was obsessed with. And if I play it, I'm going to play it all the time, okay? If I play it sometimes, I don't enjoy it, right? If I'm not playing at peak level, I don't enjoy it and I quit the game. But if I were to go play today and tomorrow, all of a sudden you'd find me in the pool room every day for months, okay? And so it's an all or nothing thing for me, and I actually quit a game that I love, because if I don't feel like I'm playing at a really high level, if I don't feel like I'm mastering it, if I don't feel like I have a chance of being the best person in the room when I walk in, I don't want to play it. I don't enjoy it. And I'm so competitive like that when it comes to games and stuff like that, that if I went in, if we were socializing and a bunch of us were getting together at a place and somebody was playing a card game, something like that, that I didn't know how to play and everybody was super familiar with, I wouldn't want to play it. Okay? I wouldn't want to play it because I don't want to lose and I don't want to learn in the process of having someone else beat me. It's the truth. It's just the way I function. Right? Now, can I change that? Sure. I mean, I could work on changing that. I don't want to just, put boundaries on that and say, hey, that's just me. But that's the truth. I've come to realize that. I'm okay with it. All right? It's helped me in a lot of ways. It's been a negative thing in certain ways. It's helped me in a lot of ways. So I want to harness that competitive energy. I want to have that drive me. Right? What I might do if there's a game that I don't learn with you is I might go learn it myself and then come back with a big smile already on my face, okay, ready to beat you, ready to surprise you and beat you. That's how I function. There's so many different ways in which I could tell you that this is what drives me, okay? But what I want to get to is what's important, and that's what drives you. Which one of these is it? See, I never ever, when I'm talking to prospects, I never ever have anybody say, if I say, hey, if time and money were no issue, and they go, I want time freedom, I want financial freedom. I say, hey, if time and money were no issue, what would you be doing? Nobody ever says to me, Justice, you know what I'd be doing? I'd drive up in a $100,000 car, okay, to a local event. I'd see all the haters that I grew up with and people that treated me crappy in high school, and I'd step out of that car, the nice suit on, big smile on my face, all right? And I would, I'd, beautiful man or woman on my arm, right? And I'd show them, right? They'd understand that they were wrong, and they'd understand that I'm the man or I'm the woman, right? So nobody ever says that to me, right? Nobody ever says, I want to go out there and I just want to get a new wardrobe. If time and money were no issue, first thing I do is go get a new wardrobe because I want to look good. I want brand name stuff. Nobody ever says that. Why not? Out of everybody I talk to, somebody has to really want that. Somebody has to be thinking that, right? Why don't they say it? Well, because they've been told it's not okay, that it's bad. You've been told it's bad. Guys, you can balance the selfish with the unselfish. Okay, and the argument could be made that all things have some level of selfish to them. But the bottom line is you need to get down and figure out what it is that drives and motivates you. Because otherwise, if you get up in the morning and you're motivated by mastery and by status, right? And your whole life you've been told, well, you don't need to stand out. You don't need, listen, you don't need attention, right? A lot of people think the person with the microphone in their hand is, wants attention. Guess what? I do. I want attention. I love speaking on stage. I love it when an audience of people is looking up to me. I love it. Plain and simple. I'm okay with that. You know what? Every morning I can sit down and say, you know where I'm going to be? I'm going to be speaking in front of thousands of people. So I want you to kind of understand that you've got to figure out what it is and you've got to get okay with it. Stop letting other people tell you what should motivate you. Stop letting other people, stop trying to give them something that's consumable, something that's honorable, something that where they're going to go, oh, that's so awesome that you want to do that. That's so great. If that's not really what you want to do, and if you want to do it, great, right? I want to do good things. I want to take care. I want to take care of people, that I care about. But there's a payoff there, and you've got to come to grips with that. So I encourage you to figure out where you stand on here, because once you understand that, once you become okay with it, once you start sitting down and literally, getting in line with what you want every day and stop carrying guilt because of it, then you're going to be more motivated. Then you're going to procrastinate less. You see, here's what I'll leave you with, okay? And that is that so many people, when I talk to them, I ask them, are you serious about building your business? Whether it be online, offline, whatever. Are you serious about building this home business? Are you serious about building a brand? Are you serious about, launching a product? Whatever they're going after. And the answer is always yes, I am so serious. But here's a distinction that has to be made. There is a huge difference between being serious about building something, about growing a business, and being serious about knowing that you don't like where you're at. Okay? See, anybody can be serious about the fact that they don't like where they're at. It's an easy thing. Maybe they're not happy. Maybe they don't like their job. You can feel off. You feel off the moment you know that you don't have what you want in your life. Okay? Being serious about that and being serious about building a business are two different things. Now, why are you going to build a business? Why do you want to build your MLM, your affiliate marketing deal? Why do you want to launch your own product, coaching services, whatever it is? Why do you want to do that? Well, you want to do that because that's the vehicle for you to have what you want. It's the vehicle. So go out there and figure out what it is you want. Be okay with it. Drop the guilt, guys. Drop the guilt. This is your life. You get one chance to go out and make it what you want it to be. Stop doing it on other people's terms. All right? So hope you found this helpful. If you did and you want more training from me, go over to justiceegan.com, guys. I've got an amazing 5-day training over there that'll teach you how to get more leads, sales for whatever business it is that you're building. In there, I talk a little bit about My Lead System Pro. You can see I'm rocking the My Lead System Pro gear. Guys, if you want to send me a message, if you're looking for more leads and sales for your business right now, what's going on over at My Lead System Pro is absolutely incredible. Best, hands down system right now on the web. I've been around for 8 years. I mean, literally everything's under one roof now, and I'm shifting some energy back over there because I love what they're doing so much, and I'm going to help a lot of people grow their business. So, if you're looking for more leads, more sales, if you want to market online, get over here, okay? Go on over, grab that training, and if you have questions, feel free to message me, all right? I want to see your comments below this video. I want you to share this video with anybody who you might think it would help. All right, I would love to see your feedback. Let me know if you changed your tune on any of these. Let me know if a light bulb went off for you, and I'll be talking to you very soon.